The crew is silent as you lead your captive to the rooftop rendezvous you designated before the run. Just as you planned, you find the others waiting there for you. Wait, who are these guys? Oh, that's Garbett. Who's this guy? Is that Gaiju? No, that's Gaiju. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Lee Tai. Oh, that's Duncan. Who's that guy? Lee Tai Lung's artificial features are molded into an expression of aloof intellect and mocking rigidity. The plastic that makes up his face is soft, flexing with the motion of his underlying musculature. Overlapping wafers of silver and bronze foil buried inside the material catch the light as he moves. It's the work of a master craftsman, cyberware as a form of modern art, likely commissioned at modern art prices. An ostentatious display of status and wealth. The plastic-faced man examines the zip ties that bind his wrists with an expression of detached amusement. Isabel runs a long cable from her PDA to the jack in the back of his head and nods at you. Well, this is interesting, I must say. He chuckles, an odd hollow sound. I don't recall ever having been in this situation before. Usually I simply awaken to find myself in a strange new environment, wondering what happened. Oh, right, because he erases his own memories to prevent them from being captured. I guess there's a first time for everything, huh? He surveys your crew with detached indifference. Looking at the lot of you, I think it's safe to assume that a violent extraction of information is the next order of business. It doesn't have to be violent. You decide how violent you want us to be. Oh, you can bank on that, asshole. Come on, Wu. Wu focuses his attention on the plastic-faced man's kneecaps. So, you chose to take me in an empty parking garage surrounded by corporate security, he considered. Low chance for civilian casualties. Clearly the safety of innocents is a priority for you. Actually, no. I just hate corporations, and I know we can destroy the security. I don't love civilians, I just hate corporations. And it's not, like, honestly, I mean, yeah, okay, we don't want to kill innocent people. But when I made the decision, it was more like the innocent people would behave unpredictably, like they would run screaming in every direction. Whereas the security, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try and fight you. So there's less unpredictability with less civilians. That was my line of thinking, actually. Like, I know what I'm into. Like, I know what I'm getting into with the corporate security. I don't know what I'm getting into if there's a whole bunch of civilians. SDKC with a problem. Isabel stares down at her PDA. Dreamland's neural inhibitor software isn't interacting with this guy's cortical implant the same way it worked with her own. It's only going to slow the memory wipe process. How long do I have? I don't know. We're talking about software I didn't write interacting with two different pieces of hardware I've never seen before. We're lucky this works at all. She begins a flurry of two-handed thumb taps on her PDA. I'll try and key in some buffering routines or something to slow it as much as I can, but my confidence is low. Isabel shakes her head at the PDA, her face pinched in frustration. This guy's memory is going to get wiped one way or another. I'd start asking questions, SEKC. Tense, very tense. The silky plastic of his face slides into a smooth smile. I guess I'll answer your questions rather slowly. Alright, I'm gonna break one of his fingers. Lee's finger breaks with a loud snap. His face remains rigid and expressionless, though his body tenses and his breathing hitches for a moment. Beyond that, he makes no sound. That was extreme. Yeah, Gobbet. The plastic-faced man's voice remains calm, removed. There was no need for that. I was joking. I'm not joking! You were joking. I'm not! Surprise! Of course I'm going to give you what you want. Although this can be a dangerous profession, I have no intention of absorbing pain for a client if it can be avoided. His chin lifts a bit, and his tone becomes even more matter-of-fact. You ask your questions, SDKC. I'll answer them as efficiently as I can. When we're done, I'll shake hands with a stranger and walk away wondering what just happened. Why is Josephine Sang trying to kill us? She believes you are here to destroy one of her special projects. Prosperity. Yes, although technically there is more than one Prosperity. Prosperity Tower is Zhang Mechanical Engineering's corporate headquarters. Prosperity is also one of Josephine Zhang's pet projects. Which one do you want to know about first? His voice gets a sing-song tone. Tick-tock. I want to hear about the Prosperity project. It's not the tower. It's the Prosperity inside the walled city. Well, that's going to be challenging. You see, the Prosperity project is Zhou Zhang's best-kept secret, and the best way to keep secrets is to not tell anyone. Not even someone whose memory can be wiped. All I know is that Prosperity is something built deep inside Kowloon Walled City. Some kind of experiment that her son was working on. Edward Zhang, no, wait, Raymond Black, my father. Shut up, Duncan. Time is of the essence, shut up. Wu stands up tall, takes that amused tone he gets when someone's about to get hurt. Hey, Mr. Plastic, maybe you could settle a bet between me and my brother. Wu puts his face close to Lee's, his breath fogging the white plastic. Now I think Raymond is still alive, but my brother here isn't so sure. Wu's voice drops to a strange whisper, a stage whisper. Which is it, buddy? Raymond Black dead or alive? I got 20 New Year numbers. Can you, like, keep it succinct? Guys, a status bar just popped up. It isn't moving yet, but you never know when it might take a jump. The little decker watches her screen for a moment. It's stuck at 0 right now, but the process is starting and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Here, give me that. Lee reaches out a perfectly manicured hand to Isabel. I'll show you something. Isabel pulls away on instinct and looks at you. This is a calculated gamble. You're running out of time and holding all the guns. I have information you want, and betting that if I share it with you, you won't kill me when this is over. Go on, let him have it. The plastic-faced man takes the PDA from Isabel and stares down at the screen. His eyes become unfocused as he stands like a statue. A low-resolution video recording pops onto the screen. A small withered man, possibly in his 70s, is strapped to a high-tech chair and connected to an elaborate scientific instrument behind him. The recording is from the first-person perspective, presumably the plastic-faced man's. Strapped to a high-tech chair connected to an elaborate scientific instrument. This is from when I first brought the asset, your father, to Prosperity Tower. His eyes remain unfocused, still as a statue, after I took him from the tea house on the docks. The video continues and a confident voice can be heard from off-screen, a woman's. You can't make out what she says. The point of view turns to the right and a graceful woman of indeterminate age steps into view. She is clearly advanced in years, but access to a nourishing diet and cutting-edge pharmaceuticals afford her the vitality of someone much younger. She speaks directly to the camera. Her tone is hard. I want you to be gentle with him, Mr. Lee. She looks over the old man with genuine concern. He looks as if someone tased him. The voice of the plastic-faced man replies, I assure you, Mrs. Zhang, I was gentle. He walked out of the tea house under his own power. The old man speaks, his voice weary and hoarse. May I have some water, mother? My throat feels like it's on fire. She responds tenderly, yes, of course, Edward. I'll have someone bring you some ice chips. The plastic-faced man speaks again, his voice lowered. Your son has apparently been through some sort of ordeal. He appeared demented at times, and he's been mumbling about stopping something. Prosperity, I think. Yes, well, that won't be happening. The woman addresses her son, speaking a bit too loudly, as if he is hard of hearing. You won't be stopping Prosperity, Edward. I want you to get that out of your mind, do you understand? I understand perfectly well, Mother. There's no need to shout. But I won't give up. Prosperity must be stopped. All those poor people. The woman frowns and shakes her head. I know, Edward, I know. Those poor people. I've done a lot of good to make up for it since you left. Shelters, hospitals, all sorts of good work. Oh really? You feel bad about it, Josephine? And now it's time to do something for you, something I should have done a long time ago, perhaps. From the left side of the screen, a man enters in a white lab coat. The woman looks up and nods, and the lab-coated man places a chrome apparatus on the old man's head. Raymond speaks dreamily, as if a drug has started its work. What is this, Mama? What are you doing to me? I'm fixing you, Edward. She walks up close to the old man, strokes his head tenderly, leans forward to kiss it. All you can see is failure. You're incapable of seeing the good in what you've done. The man in the white lab coat presses a button on Raymond's chair, and a robotic arm swings into view. A cobalt blue light springs from its tip, and the arm quickly circumnavigates the old man's head, bathing it in oscillating blue. A high-definition three-dimensional image of Raymond's brain appears on the wall behind. I've been inspired by Mr. Lee here. The woman turns and looks at the camera. We're going to do some editing of your memories to relieve you of your burden. Okay? Raymond mumbles dreamily, desperately fighting to get the words out. No, Mama, wait. I've figured out what to do. Then he is asleep. The woman moves closer to the camera. Your payment will be made according to our agreement. She turns away, her voice cold. Once the rest of them are dead. Hey, you didn't get paid? I'm still alive. You didn't get paid. The video ends and the plastic-faced man exhales slowly. I've taken a big risk showing you that. I don't give a rat's ass. Wu turns to you. You see, I knew it. I told you, SCKC. Raymond's alive. Zhang's holding him at Prosperity Tower. He may be alive, but it looks like his mom's gonna erase part of his memory, just like Johnny Plastic here. She's gonna try to fix him. Hasn't she already done it? What kind of mother would do that? Something catches her eye and she looks down suddenly. Shit. Isabel summons her PDA furiously, but it's no use. That's it, he's wiping. She pulls the cable from her PDA and drops it to the ground in aggravation. Well, we know he's in Prosperity Tower. Right. Oh, hello. The plastic-faced man looks down at his zip-tied hands and then slowly surveys his surroundings. Well, isn't this awkward? Yes, it is. What do you want to do with this guy? He's got no memory, so it's probably safe to let him go, but Auntie said he should take a dirt nap. Wu raises his rifle, all the same to me. I'm gonna let him go. Because before his memory was wiped, the deal was he'd tell us everything before he gets wiped, and we would let him go. That was kind of the implied deal. That was the deal. And also, given that his memory is wiped, he's kind of harmless. Like, he's not that good anyway. Like, we kidnapped him, and then we broke his finger, and then he told us everything. So it's not like he's that good at his job. He's not really a threat. He's got no memory, so it's probably safe to let him go. But Auntie said he should take a dirt nap. All the same to me. Auntie Chang, Kindly Chang wants him to die because he killed Nightjar. Right, I remember now. No, he killed Nightjar and the other guy. And Kindly wants him dead in return. But he didn't really kill Nightjar. The Hong Kong police force killed Nightjar. No, Kindly had the Hong Kong police force kill Nightjar. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let him go. He's not important. Josephine Sang is important. I'm gonna let him go. I do appreciate whoever you are. You're welcome. The plastic-faced man gives you a little bow and leaves without another word. What are you gonna tell Kindly? She said to kill him. I'll tell her the truth. I mean, technically he's dead, right? All his memories are gone. He's like the old plastic-faced man is technically dead. And we defeated him. So who knows? I mean, maybe Kindly Chen can use him, right? He's a free agent now, right? He can't go back to Josephine Sang because he betrayed her, basically. Even though he has no memory of it, he betrayed his old boss. So he can't. I don't think he can get work anywhere else now. Revelations. The trip from Sakib Mei back to Hioi is quiet as you process the information revealed by the plastic-faced man. Prosperity is a name, two names actually. One is a secret project Raymond was working on before he left for Seattle. The other is the corporate headquarters of Zhang Mechanical Services. And Prosperity Tower is where Raymond Black is being held alive. It's also where his memory is in the process of being reprogrammed by his mother, and time is ticking. The plastic-faced man proved surprisingly amenable and quite useful. Perhaps that's why you let him go. Your next stop is Kindly Cheng. She'll want to hear this, although you may leave out the part about letting him go. Yeah, no, he's no threat, and maybe you can use him. I think you can use him, Kindly Cheng. Right.